Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Well, New South Wales police have finally, after 3 weeks, decided to charge the likes of the male Islamic nurse who appeared in that rather hateful, vile, and disgusting video that has gone incredibly viral and pretty much destroyed both of their lives. Keep in mind, there's two people in the video, the male Islamic nurse and the female Islamic nurse. Both of them have been finally charged. It's about damn time, if you ask me. It took them far too long to even charge the female nurse, let alone charge the male nurse, but better late than never, as the saying goes, right? So I want to give you guys an update on what has taken place. So police have finally decided to make a second arrest over the Bankstown Hospital video, which went incredibly viral around the world. So many people were making comments about it, and I made several videos keeping you guys updated. A 27-year-old man was arrested at Sutherland Police Station on the 4th of March by detectives, meaning it was the Islamic male nurse, after they'd been investigating a video allegedly broadcast from a hospital in Bankstown and circulated online. I don't know why they keep using this word alleged. It wasn't alleged. It was actually in Bankstown Hospital, and they both said what they said online. The man from Bankstown has been charged with use carriage service to menace, harass, offend, threaten to menace, harass, or cause offense. The offense is to section 474.17 of the Criminal Code Commonwealth offense. You've got to love the criminal code in that. And possessing a prohibited drug. So they've charged him for what he said to cause menace and also possession of a prohibited drug in his locker, which should not have been there. And as we know, the woman, the 26-year-old woman, remains before the courts, charged with 3 Commonwealth offences: threatening violence to a group, meaning the Jews, use carriage service to threaten, to kill, and to harm, and use carriage service to menace, harass, and offend. I mean, it's better than nothing, if you ask me. Better that these two people are charged, and now they've got a criminal record. Don't know what the actual penalties are going to be. That's up to the courts to decide, but they're being released on bail. They've got bail restrictions. And if you ask me, there are consequences to what we say and our actions. And these two nurses thought that they could say the things that they said in the video, which was really disgusting. Don't need to repeat it again. You don't have to look too far to actually see the video and know that what these two Islamic nurses said was wrong. I'm all for freedom of speech, but you got to understand there are consequences always to the things that we say online. Just because we have freedom of speech doesn't mean that it's a good idea for you to say the things that you want to say, because the likelihood of you saying that sort of thing, you're going to have consequences as a result. And I think that's a good thing in our society at the moment, that we show these hateful individuals, especially when it comes to the Jewish community, that we don't stand for anti-Semitism. We don't stand for any kind of hate in this country. And if people want to publicize that sort of hate, there are the full force of the law at their beck and call, and they will be charged accordingly. And I'm glad that the outrage reached the level that it did, because it really just goes to show that we have a huge problem in this country. We're importing the problem, and it's making it worse for every other peaceful citizen in this country. Islamic rule at the moment in this country is a huge problem. And it just shows that it doesn't matter what religious group you're a part of, there will be consequences if you decide to show hate towards another group of people. Now, what I am, kind of interested in, let's use that terminology, right, is why it took the police almost 3 weeks, I think it was closer to 4 weeks, to actually decide to charge the male Islamic nurse. Like, what were they waiting for? They charged the female nurse, which still took way too long. And by the way, both of the lawyers did nothing to help them. So let's just go with that. They should have just handed themselves in. That would have been the right thing to do. Handed themselves in to the police and apologized to everybody. Not use a lawyer, not lawyer up immediately and go, that just goes to show guilt. don't claim to be the victim either, which is what they did, and then just show everybody in the entire world that you're guilty by lawyering up. Like that's like complete admission of guilt right there, if you ask me. And then also ask your lawyer to apologize on your behalf. That's not an apology in my books, and I don't think it flew with many Australians at all. So the mainstream media obviously is talking about this as they normally do. And by the way, like, yes, the mainstream media have written articles about this, but this story has sort of like been swept under the rug in many instances. It probably wouldn't get nearly any of the attention that it so deserved if many people on X and many people on YouTube weren't talking about it. Like, I think more people need to talk about it, but the mainstream media just did what the mainstream media does best, and they throw things under the rug once they've had, or they feel like it's had its time in the sun. But I think we need to keep it going. I think more and more people need to understand that you can't say this sort of stuff, and there needs to be a standard held. And I'm glad that these two people have been charged, because now, and it's interesting because these two people have been charged, but the mainstream media are like sweeping it under the rug a little bit. Oh, yes, they've been charged. Here's the small little update for you. Guess what? They've been charged. No, that's a good thing that they've been charged, because it may deter other people from saying the things that these two nurses said. I don't know, because we had over in Granville not that long ago the protest, and they're shouting something that that's pretty much the last thing you hear when you have a terror individual that is trying to kill you. Like, nothing happened to them. In fact, the teacher that they were protesting for ended up being reinstated. Utterly insane, right? So I think the only reason why these two nurses were charged in the first place, because the Jewish community, like, the backlash from them was immense, and the backlash from the regular Australian community. And I hope that my videos played a small part in that as well. So just wanted to give you guys an update. It's good news, even though it's taken them forever. But anyway, that's enough from me. But you guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.